Mr. and Mrs. fellow Cameroonians, good evening. What you are going to listen to is a reflection about bilingualism in Cameroon. Today is the 3rd of February 2012, and tomorrow is Bilingualism Day in Cameroon. On this occasion, the Pan-African Central for Scientific and Cultural Researches, based in Douala in Cameroon, has decided to deliver a message. A message which in fact is simply a contribution among others for the evolvement of this bilingualism in Cameroon. For those who are not Cameroonians, I would like to remind them that Cameroon is a French-English bilingual country, or if you like, an English-French bilingual country, the same as Canada. In this report you are going to follow, we are going to focus on some commonly exchanged ideas about Cameroon bilingualism. For example, there are some people who believe that Anglophones in Cameroon do better efforts than Francophones to speak French, than Francophones to speak English. That's one thing. Second, people used to say Cameroon is bilingual, but not the Cameroonians. That's the second reflection we are going to deal with. Third, we are going to see in what way administrative and political authorities can directly contribute on their own way to promote Cameroon bilingualism. And finally, fourth, we are going to talk about the role of the media in this bilingualism. Mr. and Mrs., welcome again on this program. You are listening to the Pan-African Central for Scientific and Cultural Researches, based in Douala in Cameroon. Now, coming back to the first item, Anglophones do better effort than Francophones to study the second official language. Yes, we often listen to that. We would say here that this constable is true in the Francophone area. We want to say that if you are a Francophone in Anglophone area, because you are also obliged to learn English, since everyone speaks English around you, you will feel yourself as the Anglophone in Francophone area. The Anglophone in Francophone area has no choice. It's obliged to do so. When you need a service or you want to offer a service, since everybody speaks French, you Anglophone, you feel obliged to do so. So even the Francophones, when they are in Anglophone zone, I think they feel obliged to do the same effort. So what we want to say is that Anglophones do better efforts when they are in Francophone zone, when they live there, the same as Francophones do better efforts to speak English when they are in Anglophone zone, I mean. So, the effort the individuals do, it does not depend on whether they are Francophones or Anglophones. It depends on the obligation they have to study the language, depending on the place they live. So we do not give rights to people who believe that only Anglophones do better than Francophones. Second, for those who said Cameroon is bilingual and not the Cameroonians, we would like to show them that even in Canada, Canada is a bilingual French-English country, but not the Canadians. Because you will find French Canadians who do not speak English, the same as you will find English Canadians who do not speak French. Now, the problem is to study what percentage of Cameroonians and Canadians speaks both languages at a certain level. That's the matter. So it's no good continue saying that Cameroonians are not bilingual since the country is bilingual. It is not a particular case for Cameroon. If we even consider other countries who are bilingual, not necessarily with French English, will still not notice the same constable. So the problem is not to condemn Cameroon again. The problem is not a Cameroonian problem. It is a world problem. Third, how can the administrative authorities and political authorities contribute on their own way to promote bilingualism in Cameroon? What we can notice now in Cameroon is that most often the official speeches, reports, are mainly in French. I think we should evolve to the stage where even one time over 5 or over 3, we will see our authorities make their speech in English if they are Francophone, or make their speech in French if they are Anglophones. It will be a good thing. Precisely speaking, what does this mean? If a minister, for example, is to deliver 5 speeches all over the year, if now he can try to do at least one of those 5 speeches in English, if he's Francophone, or in French, if he is Anglophone, it would be a good thing. This can encourage the Cameroonians from both cultures to make the effort to master the 2 languages. We will also try to arrive in the following years at the stage where even the head of state can make one speech out of 4 or 5 in English, without only saying, I do so swear, as it is the situation now. All these actions can contribute to promote real bilingualism in Cameroon. Out of the fact that today, French pupils go to Anglophone schools, and the converse also. That is, Anglophone children going to Francophone schools. That's also good. That is the third reflection, Mr. and Mrs., you are listening to on this program from the Pan-African Central for Scientific and Cultural Researches. The last thing we are going to say is about the role of the media. There is one sad thing we noticed in the past, according to the role of the media towards bilingualism. There was a speech of the head of state, and after that speech, we noticed that a certain francophone TV channel launched immediately a debate, a French debate, without giving opportunity to the televiewers to follow the translation in English, the English translation of the speech of the head of state. But they did that without knowing what they were doing. I don't think they were decided not to respect bilingualism. So we wrote about that. And after, we would like to say again that when there are some national events, I think all the media, especially TV channels who are in Cameroon, they are supposed to broadcast in French and in English. They are to wait for the English translation until the end before going to another program. That's the first thing we would like to stress on again. After that, also concerning the media, it would be a good thing for Cameroonian media, whether TV channels, whether newspapers or radios, will be a good thing for them to offer at least 20% of the time, of the items, of the various programs to the other second official language. That is, if you are a francophone media, whether television, whether radio, whether newspaper, it will be a good thing for you to take at least 20% of your programs to English items, English programs. And if you are an Anglophone media, it will be a good thing for you to take at least 20% of your space for French Cameroonians. Mr. and Mrs., maybe our English was not very good, but we would like you to mainly consider the content of our idea. We hope we have tried our best to share this idea with you. It's our contribution to this Bilingualism Day. We still hope that Cameroon still have chances to become a real bilingual country in the future. Thank you very much. We would like you to remain connected on this Pan-African Central. On the microphone, I am Com Bernard. Thank you again. See you next time. Bye.